Alright, you guys want to see some new tools? Well, you're in luck. I've been drinking beer and buying up tools, so come along, let's see what I got. Alright, up first, we got a bunch of screwdrivers. These are all from Vessel. As you can see, we got part number 9006 CS, or Charlie Sierra. Where is it? Made in Japan. You can see this one is a 6-piece. You get 3 crosshead and 3 flat. And what's nice is at least the crossheads are made to the JIS, or Japanese Industrial Standard, which is great if you're working on Asian vehicles, which I do a lot. I also have this screwdriver here. Let's see, also from Vessel. This is the 2x150. So we'll get this open and we'll check them all out. Well, there you go. That's what the 6 look like out of the package. They have a nice handle, non-slip. I really like the knurling on there. I end up using that a lot on the ones that I already have. Like I already have a number 2 and a number 1, so I didn't have these right here. But I really like that, and as you can see, all of them have that. And I don't know if you can see, but there's little grooves cut into the edges of these, and that helps grip the screws, believe it or not. These are magnetic, so as you can see, the tips of all of these where it's black are magnetic, which is kind of nice. And then this one right here, well, let me get this one open. Alright, here's the other one out of the package, and obviously I had to buy this one separate. It didn't come in the pack. But this is also a number 2, just like this one here, but it's 150 millimeters long. So as you can see, it's a decent amount longer. I have quite a few times where, especially in door handles, you're trying to reach in there and the screw is in there a little too far and you can't get it with this. And so that's why I ended up buying this one also. So kind of complete the set there. Let's see if we compare it to, I get the snap-on here. So that's what they look like side by side compared to a snap-on. And here's a Harbor Freight, a cheapo. You can see the difference there. Roughly the same size. You can just feel this is cheaply made. This is much better quality, I think. And let's see. We've got the old Craftsman, made in USA, number 2 Phillips. This thing's been around forever. As you can see, looks like I must have painted something with it at one time. I don't know if you can tell, but the tips, the angles are slightly different between a US Phillips and a JIS. The profiles are just a little bit different, and that's why you can use a Phillips, but a lot of times you'll damage the screws. It definitely works better when you use the actual correct screwdriver, and then you usually will not damage the screws by using them. And then you can see compared to a snap-on. Now of course the snap-on has the bolsters here, and these don't, but it has the knurling. So it's a trade-off. Alright, let's see what else we got. Alright, up next from Calvan Tools, we got the old amp hound. This is going to be item number 74. And basically this is used to find parasitic drains. And you just put that right on the fuse and you can test it. Now there are other ways to test it, like with an amp clamp or with a regular DVOM, but who was it? Arthur. He mentioned it in one of my videos in a comment, and I was like, hey, that's a perfect excuse for me to go out and buy it. This thing's made in China. Let's get it opened up. Alright, with it opened up, you can see you get a nice little Velcro case. And there's our little amp hound there. And we got some leads. And we got a big old booklet on how to use it in about every known language there is. But basically, put your test leads on there and go to the vehicle, put both leads on the actual fuse, and then it'll beep at you if there's a problem. If there's not, you move to the next one. So it makes it really fast and easy. And like I said, there's other ways to do it, but hey, it's always nice to have an extra tool to make things easier. Let's see what else I got. I'll try to feature this in a video. Alright, up next we got some made in USA channel locks. This is the GLS-3. and it comes with the GL12, GL10, GL6, and that's obviously the sizes of them. But there you go, nice little 3-pack. Comes with these, the jaw opening like that, and these are a little more curved, almost like a right angle, and that's why I got them. Let's get it opened up. Alright, that's what they look like out of the package. You can see you get 3 different sizes. This is definitely a nice in-between. It's nice that Channellock is still making their stuff in the USA, at least the Channellock actual pliers. That one, the little guy opens up quite a bit too. I like it because they're a little bit sleeker right here than they are on the normal Channellocks. And then obviously we have a little bit different design for the teeth right there. Let's see, compared to, now here's just your run-of-the-mill 420 Channellock right here. It's about this size. You can see the difference. You can see that this one is definitely more of a right angle on the head there. And then obviously the jaws are different. But like I said, this one definitely more pronounced right there. So if you need to get into a kind of a tighter area, this is going to hit. And compared to the 442, and this one has the square type openings. I forget what Channellock calls that. You can see it's a little bit different design on the opening there, but similar, very similar. But that's the that's them side by side. You can see how far they open up. Almost the same, but you can see at the angle this one opens up and the angle that the other one opens up. So it definitely helps if you need to get into different angles. Alright, enough of these. Let's see what else we got. Alright, up next from GearWrench. This is going to be a 4-piece heavy-duty hook set. A long hook set. Model 84020. And where's this thing made? Made in Taiwan. Right there. Alright, let's get it open. Alright, there it is out of the packaging. You can see it comes in this cheap little plastic tray. I suppose you could keep it in the toolbox like that if you wanted to, but it is pretty cheap. You can see, there you go, comes with the standard black and red gear wrench, like no slip type handles, similar to their screwdrivers. What I like, nice, heavy duty, and long, very long. So there's your, you get a straight, and we get like a combination hook there. And we got a 90. And we got the old standard hook like that. That has a, definitely has a big hook and curve on there. But I'm looking forward to putting these to use. Wanted some long heavy duty hooks, and these definitely fit the bill. Let's see what else we got. Alright, up next from Lisle, we got a pneumatic fan clutch wrench set. Model 43300, and this is made of USA and global components, so I guess they put it together here in the US. You get a nice little stout carrying case with pins in the back on the hinges. Definitely pretty decent. There she is right there. Looks like you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fan clutch wrenches, so seven different sizes. And then the way this works, pretty genius design, I think. Definitely looking forward to trying this out. You hook this over it, and then obviously you need to get it onto your fan clutch like that, and then you take a pneumatic hammer, your air hammer, put it on there and just hammer it, and it just pops it free, hitting it with the impact hammer. So it's supposed to work really good. Looking forward to trying this out. Alright, see what else we got. Alright, up next from Knipex. That's how you say it, right? Let's just take them out of here. They're made in Germany, right there. And this is going to be the 3881200 Bravo. And what's this one? 3821200. Like I said, both made in Germany. And if you know Knipex, you know they make good quality. So you can see it's just your standard needle nose, but that one has a 45-degree angle. And then this one has a combination angle. I don't know when I'm going to use that, but I just thought that was cool and I wanted it. Sometimes that's all it takes. I just want a tool. That's what I got. So you can see they're basically the same thing, just bent at different angles. Definitely, if I can fit these into a repair video, I will. Alright, let's keep moving. Alright, how about some more pliers? These are from Easy Red. PG5 would be the model number, made in Taiwan. And you can see 5-in-1 pistol grip pliers. I just wanted this because it was a pistol grip, and it's got a wire stripper, plus like a needle nose type. I guess they call that their little fastener extractor right there. And we got cutters and crimpers. So you can see these definitely need to be broken in a little bit, a little stiff. But Easy Red makes good stuff, so I didn't mind buying this. But I thought that would be pretty handy, especially for stripping wires in an area where you can't get straight in there, but you can get in an angle. That might be all it needs. So sometimes it's just little things like that that make a job go good. Alright, enough of this. Let's see what else. Alright, up next from Anytime Tools. This is a digital caliper, but this one is for brake rotors, so it's pretty wide. It doesn't say on the outside where it's made, but I'm sure it's made in China. So let's get it open. Okay, now you can see with the box open, that's what you get. It comes with the little foam inserts in this plastic case. Looks like we got some instructions and a spare battery. And then there's our unit right there. Works like any other cheap little digital caliper from Harbor Freight or whatever. It's the same thing. We can turn it on, make sure our tips line up, and then we could zero it like that. And then obviously we can pull it apart and measure, and it'll measure right between our tips. And that's perfect for measuring rotors, because a lot of times there's a big lip right here, and if you just use calipers that are flat, it'll misread it because it'll be hitting on that edge. And it's a good idea to do it in a couple areas, so you can measure it on the outside and you can measure it on the inside, and these are definitely long enough to do that. So like if I wanted to measure this one right here, we can see we're right at about just a hair less than 9 millimeters, 8.9. So, and what the minimum thickness is usually stamped right in there. So that's an easy way to tell if you need to replace your rotors or not. So let's keep moving. Alright, up next from Milwaukee, we got the M12 cordless rotary tool, model 2460-20. This doesn't have the battery pack or anything like that because I already have those. So I don't need any more right now. So this is going to be just the tool only. And it is made in China. But it says the accessories were made in the USA. Alright. A tiny win for the US. Alright, let's get it open. Okay, that's what we get in the box. We get our tool. And this is going to be like a Dremel, of course. But it's nice because it's cordless. I have a corded Dremel, but it's a pain to have to run a cord. There's our little accessories with some discs and an operator's manual. Let's grab an M12 battery and plug it in. Alright, that's what she looks like with the battery plugged in. And we got our on-off switch right here. And then this dial is how fast we want the speed to go. So if we flip it on, we go, we're on speed 6. Or 5, all the way down to 1. You can see now we're just turning pretty light. So definitely seems to work pretty well as far as varying the speeds. So that'll be nice and convenient, be able to have a rotary tool like this without having to plug it in. Alright, let's keep moving. What the heck, if you want to see it next to the old Dremel. This is the Dremel 300. So there's the size comparison right there. So that's what, about right there. So basically your choice is have a battery pack hanging off the end or have a cord. Pick your poison. Alright, up next from GearWrench, we got a 6-piece oil filter canister socket kit. Say that 3 times fast. This is model 41890 and it is made in Taiwan. And this is made for getting or for changing oil filters on newer vehicles. A lot of them have gone to a canister style where you pop the cap off and then remove the oil filter and it's just the paper itself. And put the paper in, a new O-ring, and put the cap back on, and these are used to tighten and loosen those caps. I prefer the old style where it was all in one, but hey, I guess I'm getting old. The manufacturers on a lot of newer vehicles, they like this style. So, well, let's get it open. You can see that's what you get. Nice little plastic case. It's decent. You can keep them in here. And there's the 6 sizes you get: 24, 27, 38, 36, 32, and 29. That's probably the most common sizes you're going to find, and that covers just about everything out there right now. And there might be some weird ones you can't use on this, but for the most part I think those 6 sizes are going to cover most of them that are out there right now. And let's see, so these just take a 3/8 inch ratchet, so you just pop a ratchet in there and pop them loose. Usually, I mean, they're oil filters, they shouldn't be on there too tight, but and a lot of times you might be able to get away with just using a regular type socket, but it's nice to have a low profile kit like this, you know, to get in there in case they hit them in inaccessible areas. Alright, let's keep moving. Alright, up next we got a 2-for-1 deal. This is a brake bleeding setup, and this is from Aries. Of course, this portion right here, and you can buy these separately. This is the 2-liter manual brake fluid bleeder, part number 70921. This is, where is it, made in Taiwan. So that's the bottle, and this is what we pressurize to force the brake fluid through everything. And then we need to adapt it to a master cylinders, and so this is a master cylinder adapter set. This is obviously sold separately. Model 18007. This is also made in Taiwan. This was actually the expensive piece. I think this was about $200 and this was like $60. So the whole setup is pretty expensive, but makes it so you can bleed brakes by yourself. So let's get it opened. Alright, this is what you get in the box here. We get our little fancy pump, and we could do this a couple of different ways. We can fill it up with brake fluid and then take our little hose here, and it comes with one little cap, like a universal one, and you put it on your master cylinder, and it's got a quick connect, and you pump it up and it'll force fluid through, and then you just go to your bleeder, crack the bleeder open, and then this is pressurized, and it shows you blue and red how much you can pressurize it, and it'll force fluid through. Makes it really quick and easy. So the biggest issue is, do you have an adapter that goes onto your master cylinder? So if this one doesn't fit, then you're kind of screwed. That's where the kit comes in, where you can see it has lots of different styles, from the old school one to a lot of the newer modern ones. And you just pop them on and it works the same way. And then pressurize it and push the fluid through. Now, I've heard a lot of guys, because you have to clean that out. If you put fluid in there, you have to clean it out. A lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll just leave the cap on, do not fill this up, just make sure the master cylinder's topped off. Then they just put the cap on, and then they just force air through it. And so there's nothing but air in here, and it forces the fluid through. Now you'll have to disconnect it and continually top off the master cylinder, but it makes it so you don't have to clean this up. So there's a couple different ways you can do it, but I'm looking forward to using this and seeing how well it works for bleeding brakes. And look at that, they left me a spot right there for this cap. It's like they knew it belonged in there. Well, there you go. Hope you enjoyed another tool haul video. These were all bought with hard-earned cash. Nobody sent me any of these. And as always, if the video helped you out or you liked it, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.